Hey guys, it's Brian back with you with the Horror Experience. I decided I'm going to go ahead and do another episode, except now it's night. As you can see, I'm more in the dark now. Got my little sound effects thing going to make sure I'm not putting anything there that's copyrighted. I know that I had thought about putting some music on there, and then I forgot. Oh yeah, the last thing I need is a copyright uh, ding or whatever the hell it is they do to you. I don't know if it's like Facebook where they give you a 15-day jail or what, but anyway, so I'm going to be doing the Scooby Doo cartoons, but these are the original movies. These are not from any series or anything, so each movie is different. They all take place in different locations. The gang gets involved in different scenarios and so on. And it's a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. And they crap these things out like there's no tomorrow. I mean, it's funny. I could be in Walmart or Target or something, and all of a sudden there's another Scooby-Doo original movie there. And these are full length, generally hour and a half movies that are cartoon. That's in cartoon form. So let's get started with that. Some of these have actual people in them. They have actual guest stars, kind of like how the remember the series that I'm trying to remember the name of the series right offhand. Actually, I should probably get that out because it's right where I am anyway. I mean, it's right next door to where I'm at, and I know right where it is. Look out. Ugh. Oh yeah, they were called the new Scooby Doo movies, and these episodes had guest stars in them that were that are actual people like Don Knotts, the Harlem Globetrotters. I think Batman might have been the only one that wasn't a real person, but the rest of them were actual actresses and actors. That were in these episodes, and then they came out with another one because there were a bunch of them that weren't included in the original release because they had real people in the episodes. They had to be careful. They had to make sure they got permission to be able to put it on the disc, and they hadn't gotten permission from those people. But we'll go over that a little later. The first one, which has a real person in it, this is kind of a more recent Scooby-Doo original movie called The Gourmet Ghost. Has Bobby Flay in it. He's a chef. So this was dealing with turns out Bobby Flay, and he lends his voice. So he actually showed up, with any of these movies that had real people in it, they actually showed up and lent their voice to their own character. To their own person that was actually in the movie. Turns out that I think it was Fred that was related to Bobby somehow, like an uncle or something. I can't remember. And there's a ghost that's trying to screw up this big cooking show or something that they're doing. Anyway, it's called Gourmet Ghost. And there are special features on these. generally what they do. Some of them, they actually have the making of the cartoon, and they show them, you know, behind the microphone. In this one, they didn't have that. They just had... They throw some classic episodes from, you know, from the various seasons, you know, like... I think this one here has What's New Scooby Doo, which I also own. I don't have everything from Scooby Doo. I mean, I don't have like the scrappy stuff and all of that. After a while, or the, you know, the Scooby Doo Kids or whatever it was called, I didn't get into that. It got too corny for me. Alright, again, we have a real person in this one who happens to be the Undertaker. His real name's Mark Calloway. This one's called Scooby Doo Curse of the Speed Demon. And again, this has the Undertaker in it. And he shows up and lends his voice to the character, to his own character. And there were some special features on this as well. Trying to figure out what happened to my flashlight. God, I hate it when that happens. Oh, here it is. You get up or something and drag something into the other room and forget where it is. God damn it. Fucking cat hair. Revved up with the Monster Jam Scooby Doo truck. New featurette. So this has a little bit of a making, and then you got some 2 bonus cartoons. But it doesn't say what they are. It just... And this comes with, you know, the slip cover. And it is bubble. I call it a bubble slip cover because it's kind of, you know, the picture actually protrudes out of the cardboard. Most of these films don't really have much for artwork on them. They just have the disc itself on a silver with the art, with the cover on it. Pretty fun, pretty fun. Again, that one was kind of new. Alright, this one's called Scooby Doo WrestleMania. Original movie. And I forget who's in this one. I don't know if that's John Cena or what. Well, it has a few, yeah. It has John Cena, Triple H, Sin Cara, Brodus Clay, who I'm unfamiliar with. But anyway, this is one that's kind of based on wrestling. I think the Flintstones did a wrestling one too, which I also have because I collect the Flintstones too. So, and all the wrestlers that were in this, because they're real people, lent their voices, so they all showed up to the studio and did their thing, which was pretty cool. And again, that one's kind of new. Okay, this next one, Scooby Doo, Batman, Brave and the Bold. This, of course, has Batman in it, so full-length film, full-length movie. And DC had to put their little mark up here to let you know, of course, Batman's in it. But he'd been in their stuff before with Scooby, so there's nothing new. And again, I don't know what the special features are. Vintage cartoons, the dynamic Scooby Doo affair, the Cape Crusader caper. These are probably coming off of Scooby Doo or Are You, which was the original series, which I also have. There's 3 seasons to that, Scooby Doo or Are You, which came out in the 60s. I think it was 1969. I'm 1 year older than Scooby Doo. He's 54, I'm 55. This was one of my favorites, featuring Kiss. Scooby-Doo Kiss. Mystery. It's a rock and roll mystery. And of course I think they go to this, they're kind of mimicking a little bit the Kiss Meets the Phantom movie that had the original 4 members in it. The live action flick. But this one's got 4 members, but 2 of them are, you've got Tommy Thayer as who's playing Ace, and then Eric Fisher, I think, played Peter. Because Ace and Peter are no longer in the band, so obviously they have 2 newer members. Gene and Paul are the only 2 originals. But anyway, they all lent their voices. They all showed up and did their thing because they are real people. Kind of cool. This one was really popular. It was hard to find for a while. Amazon didn't have it. I actually ran into it at Walmart, just on the shelf. So I was lucky. I couldn't find it online anywhere for a long time. Oh, the back of it. So this one's a lot of fun. If you're a Kiss fan, you'd enjoy this one. Scooby-Doo and the Blue Falcon. Remember Dynamite? Sorry, these are kind of dusty. Had Dynamite. I think it was Dynamite was in these. Yeah. So this one's an original movie. It goes back a little ways. I think this one was done in... It doesn't say. It doesn't even have the date on it. It's a little strange. It's probably here. I'm just not seeing it. But anyway, so we got Scooby-Doo and the Mask of the Blue Falcon. Blue Falcon was kind of a... He only showed up, and I remember him from like the early, like from the Saturday morning cartoons. And he shows up with Scooby-Doo and the gang. This was a double bill. Oh, wait a minute. See, like I said, some of this stuff is mixed up. Yeah, these were 2 episodes. Scooby-Doo meets Batman and Scooby-Doo meets the Harlem Globetrotters. And these were 2 episodes off of the new Scooby-Doo movies, which was a series. So somehow this got snuck into this original movie set. Original movie collection. Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. This was another one that was kind of hard to find. Full-length movie. some of the movies were funny because, you know, like, you know how at the end of the episodes of the series, you know, of the original series and all of the series after that, they're always unmasking the monster or unmasking the ghost or whatever it happened to be. Well, in some of these, there's no, you know, it was an actual ghost. Or like in the Zombie Island movie, you know, those were zombies, you know. So, I mean, it was pretty funny how they kind of jumped off of the unmasking thing, you know. You know, if it wasn't for you meddling kids, I would have gotten away with it. Anyway, Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost. This one goes back a little ways too. 2005, so it wasn't that old, I guess. Scooby Doo and the Samurai Sword, original movie. And they're, you know, they go up against different monsters and stuff. Kind of reminds me of Mystery Incorporated, Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated, which was only 2 seasons, but they were great, and the animation was great, and they used a lot of different monsters. You know, they didn't just bring back the old monsters and ghosts and stuff that they dealt with. It's the same. This is the Samurai Sword, so this one obviously takes place in Japan, I'm sure. I haven't seen these in a while, so. It's another fairly new one, Scooby Doo, with the Moon Monster Madness. Might be a little dark in here. I may have to turn a light on. The sound effects I'm using is actually a DVD, so it changes scenes, and in fact, I'm gonna click on a light here in a minute. Here's another oldie, Scooby Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf. Original movie. Hang on a second, I'm going to turn a light on. Alright, well, that helps a little. I don't have a lot of lighting in this place, so, which I'm not complaining about necessarily, but when you're doing stuff at night, it gets a little dark. Scooby Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf. And this one was old, so you can see this is one of those old clip type things. Alright, now the original movies also did Lego versions too, so they teamed up with Lego, but but they're still part of the original movie series. So if you're a collector of these movies, you're going to have Haunted Hollywood too, because that's part of the series. Only difference is they're Legos, which, I'm not real crazy about the Lego thing, It's okay, I guess they're fun. My wife's a big fan of it, the Lego cartoons. Anyway, that one was called Haunted Hollywood. And the special features in this one, Lego featurette, and 3 bonus vintage cartoons. So I think it's kind of cool. They throw some of the old cartoons in there too. Almost every one of these will have at least one vintage cartoon in it. Another somewhat old one, Scooby Doo and the Goblin King. Still kind of hard to see a little bit. Scooby Doo and the Ghoul School. Another original movie. Some of the special features on here actually had games you could play too. Back to school game. Get the picture. How to draw Scooby-Doo. How to draw Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. Music videos. Trailers of various Scooby-Doo and other family favorites. And then there was some PC ROM stuff that you could download onto your computer. Scooby-Doo and the Circus Monsters. Original movie. I'm going to kind of jam through this a little bit because I don't have a lot of battery time. Chill out, Scooby-Doo. This one's got that abominable snowman creature in it. Original movie. Scooby-Doo Stage Fright. Good episode. This is where we find out Fred and Daphne are actually in love, and it's kind of interesting. But it was fun. It was the Scooby-Doo Stage Fright, where they're doing some kind of a talent thing or something. Scooby-Doo and the Monster of Mexico. So this is one that takes place in south of the border. A lot of fun. Scooby-Doo, Where's My Mummy? Getting a little mummy action here. And each one of these are fun. I have nothing bad to say about any one of these original movies. They're all, they put in, the animation is really nice on all of them. I mean, the early ones were, you know, I mean, obviously the animation was a little more primitive, but as it continues, it gets better and better and a little bit more advanced. But Scooby Doo and the Legend of the Vampire. This was an older one too, because it has that clippy thing here. A lot of special features on this one. Aloha, Scooby-Doo. Heading off to Hawaii. Of course, you got this Hawaiian type villain in it. Some of these I forgot I even had. You forget about them, you haven't looked at them. Now I got a triple feature here. This was probably one of the very first ones I picked up. I didn't even know what I was picking up at the time, but we have Scooby-Doo, Abracadabra Doo, Scooby-Doo and the Goblin King, and Scooby-Doo Alien Invaders, all original movies. And just so you know, they all come on their own discs. So each movie is got their own disc, so you're not getting like compressed. It's not one disc with 3 movies on it. But you got it in one package. Saves room. If you can, when you collect like I do, well, I don't collect as much as I did. You know, room is actually a big factor. If you can save room, that's the way to do it. Scooby Doo, Zombie Island. This one here is a favorite. I think a lot of people probably caught on to the original movie collection because of this movie. And it was different because they were zombies, you know, they weren't like pull a mask off of somebody. And then more recently they decided to go back to Zombie Island, Scooby-Doo and the Return to Zombie Island original movie, which is fun. Actually, I don't even remember it really. I know I watched it, but it's just been a while. Come on, guy, get in there. Alright, this one's a double feature. And again, each movie is on its own disc, so now we're just saving room. You know, if you can save room by getting 2 movies in one pack, that's great. You know, everything's still the same size as just a single movie, but you got 2 movies. You have the Scooby-Doo Meets the Boo Brothers, which happens to be the original flick. The original movie, the very first one done. I'm not really sure what year this came out. It was released in 2012 on disc, but as far as when the actual film is released, I don't know. I'd have to look it up. And then you have Scooby Doo Cyber Chase. 2 films in one. Alright, I'm going to pause this and go get the other half of it. Alright, we're almost finished here. Here's one of the few that I actually have on Blu-ray. This is Scooby Doo and the Phantosaur. This one was hard to find also. I actually think that this episode went out, or this movie here actually went out of print. And then they brought it back on Blu-ray. Scooby Doo and the Phantosaur. Alright, this next one. Scooby Doo and the Curse of the 13th Ghost. I'm pretty sure Vincent Price was in this one. I think he lent his voice. Vincent Van Gogh. I know he was in the series, which I own. The series was called Scooby Doo and the 13th Ghost, and Vincent Price was in the entire series, or he lent his voice to it. Might even have that in here somewhere. This is a fairly new one. It's just called Scoob. Also, this is also on Blu-ray. I can't tell if that's Batman or who that is. No. Oh, it looks like Blue Falcon. Yeah. And it had other characters in it. Had like Captain Caveman and some other characters in it. I haven't watched this one, and I'm not even sure if I have watched this one. Oh, this is actually in 4K. Probably the first 4K film that I've shown you guys. You know, I'm not completely sold on 4K yet. It just... Big Top Scooby-Doo. I love DVDs. They usually have a lot more special features than Blu-rays do anyway. Except unless you're buying, like, if you're buying Arrow videos, they just load that thing up with special features. But it's funny that if you buy a movie or a video, a movie that's on Blu-ray, they tell you to go to the DVD, if there's a DVD included, to get the special features, you know. And I'm not sure if it's just because they can put more information on a DVD or what. Anyway, this is dealing with a circus again, Big Top. Happy Halloween, Scooby-Doo. I think this one's fairly new. There's another new one called Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo, which I don't have yet. Next week I'm getting all 4 of them. I'm missing 4 original movies. I think this is this year, if I'm not mistaken. I think they did 2 movies this year. Scooby-Doo Frank and Creepy, rather. I haven't seen this one in so long I couldn't even begin to tell you. Probably some Frankenstein something or other. Alright, here's another double feature. Now I already have Aloha, but I had to get this one for the pirate one. Scooby Doo and the Pirates, I believe. Yeah. Scooby Doo and the Pirates. I couldn't find it by itself for a long time, so I had to get it in a double. But again, they're on their own discs. So. Here's the new Scooby Doo, or what's new Scooby Doo rather, series. This is the complete series. I love this series because it did come on TV on Saturdays, I think. And oh, this is the complete first season. Never mind. I actually have the whole series too. I actually have it in this row somewhere. But this is the first season of it. Alright, here's another double. Alien Invaders I already have. What's this other one? Scooby Doo Goes Hollywood. Now this one's a cartoon. It's not the computer animated Lego thing that we saw earlier. And again, these are on their own discs. Scooby Doo Camp Scare. Original movie. Alright, here's the What's New Scooby Doo, but this is the complete series. Which I really loved. I really loved it. Camp Scare, we just did that one. Shaggy's Showdown. Original movie. Fairly newer one, I think. A couple of years ago. Here's another pirate one. Scooby Doo Pirates Ahoy. Original movie. You know, if you're a Scooby fan, you gotta have these movies. I mean, they're just a lot of fun. Here's Haunted Hollywood. which is also Lego. And it is an original movie, people. It is an original movie. So don't think that it doesn't belong in the collection, because it does. Even though I'm not a huge fan of Lego movies, but all right, well, that concludes the Scooby Doo movies, and there's about 46 of them. And I'm missing 4 that I know of, so I think there's about 50 altogether now. This was just a 4-pack. Again, if you want to get these dumb movies like this, and you just want to, save some room, you can get these movies. Boy Eats Girl was pretty good. Tamara was pretty gory. Blood Diner was, Creep, I don't even remember. But again, these are on double-sided discs, so. But it's a great way, to get some movies, that you don't really take, they're not like collectibles or anything like that necessarily, but you still, Blood Diner I had to have. It's one of those movies that a lot of people either loved or hated. I have a lot of these. Here's a 6-movie pack. Oh, excuse me, this movie wasn't Blood Diner. Forgive me. You gotta remember, when you're doing these films, all the words are backwards. This is called Drive Through. And this is kind of a clown horror movie. Actually, the guy is the killer in this is a guy that's, he's like a drive-through speaker head that looks like a clown. It's actually a pretty fun movie. My mother watched that movie. I ordered it on her cable or whatever one night, and she actually liked it. I was surprised. I didn't think she'd like it at all, because it is a little rough around the edges. Oh. Alright, this next one's 6 movies. Now, this is the one that has Blood Diner on it. Parents, I just watched not that long ago. This is a kind of a strange cannibal movie with Randy Quaid is in it. Earth Girls Are Easy, I think. I can't even read these flipping things. Sundown, Fido, and Boy Eats Girl again. But this is 6 movies. And these are all on single-sided discs. American Conjuring. No relation to the Conjuring movies at all. Just some obscure film that I found somewhere and just thought, pick it up. Screw it. It's called A Blind Buy. There's a lot of people who blind buy. And then there's people that are just totally against blind buying, which I don't blame them. If you haven't seen Mind's Eye, check it out. Very gory movie. I don't remember the plot or anything, I just remember it was pretty wild. The Mind's Eye. The slipcover. Monster Squad, one of my favorites. I love Monster Squad. Grindhouse. Cat in the Brain. This is a Lucio Fulci film. Very strange. Quite a bit of gore in it. There's Fulci in it. Actually playing a part in the movie. He was in a lot of his stuff, believe it or not. Sometimes you didn't realize it was him. Just this little bearded guy, you know. But this has a lot of special features on it. So definitely worth checking out. Somebody was asking me about these the other day, and whether or not they're still available or not. These are the 4 Mama, what's wrong, baby? These are the 4 holiday Peanuts movies on Blu-ray. So you've got Halloween, Christmas. Well, Halloween, Christmas. Gosh, I hate being blind. Christmas, of course, Halloween. And Thanksgiving. These were the 3. I thought it was weird that they put this picture of Lucy down here on skates, and that's not a movie at all. They just had to fill in the block, I guess. And then there was 4 of these movies. Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown, Snoopy Come Home, A Boy Named Charlie Brown, and Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown. These are all really great. Great movies. So yes, these are, I don't know if these are still available on Blu-ray or not, but I'm sure they are. Some people make it an absolute tradition to, you know, during Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas to watch these. The Great Pumpkin. Definitely gotta have those. And the movies too. Spider Baby. I think this is an Arrow, yeah. Arrow releasing. Very strange movie. Couldn't tell you anything about it. I haven't seen it in quite a long time. Siren, unrated. Believe it or not, it's pretty good. The people that made VHS put this together. It's kind of a love story / monster movie. The female is like a, I don't remember if it was like a mermaid type creature or what, but the movie was really well done. I remember really liking it. The Unspoken. Couldn't tell you anything. I know nothing about this. Sorry about the dust, and I still got some plastic up here. This is just one of those movies you just blind by, but I know I've watched it. It's been so long, I don't remember anything about it. Here's Mongolian Death Worm, which is part of the Man-Eater series. This is that movie that I was supposed to have with the original showing of the Man-Eater series, but it wasn't there. Well, here it is. Pretty fun. CGI monster movie. Soldiers in the Middle East, I think, come across these giant worms. Middle East or maybe it was Mongolia, probably Mongolia. Revelation Trail. Here's a Western zombie movie. Which I don't remember much about it. The Remains. Don't remember anything about it. Some ghost thing, I'm sure. Arachnophobia. Great flick. With Jeff Daniels and I think John Goodman was in it too. Fun spider movie. If you like spider movies, you'll love Arachnophobia. It's not giant spiders. That's what makes it scary, is because the spiders are more realistic sized, you know. Damn sharks. I've got a bunch of these goofy shark movies. A lot of fun. A lot of fun, but it's all bad CGI. Here's Henry. Portrait of a Serial Killer. With Michael Rooker. Pretty decent. Kind of lightly based on Henry Lee Lucas and Woman in Black and Woman in Black 2. I don't remember these at all. I have to rewatch those. Boy, that's hard to see. The Sixth Sense. This was like a collector's edition. So I think it has a book and all kinds of stuff in it, and extra discs. And I don't really have time to go through all of it. But Dusk Till Dawn 2. Vampire type movies. Black Sabbath. Stephen King, collection of Stephen King short stories. Some of these were really fun. Here's that woman that I was telling you about that's connected to it's connected to that other film, The Offspring. Contamination, classic alien type film from Italy. And that's about it, guys. I think I'll call it right there. But the main thing I was showing you here was the Scooby Doo original movies, which, like I said, if you're a collector of Scooby Doo, then you'll love the Scooby Doo original movies, because they are hour and a half full-length cartoon movies. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm getting a little tired here, and a little hungry, which is a good thing because I'm slowly putting on weight. Anyway, guys, we shall talk to you next time. Enjoy. Bye.